With the release of Varlamore 2 came a whole host of new quests that we need to complete to regain our quest cape. We also need to complete the Curse of Arav and whilst Guthix sleeps to be able to unlock the Tormented Demons and upgrade our Arc Light to the Emberlight. So let's get to it. So, the riveting tale of Lilypad's labour dispute is all about the frogs, Dave, Gary, Jane, Sue, great frog names by the way, and the legendary Cuthbert being on strike over labour disputes with Mark Ellis that goes back generations. The quest revolves around sabotaging Cuthbert during the frogs election, resulting in Cuthbert's death. But is he really dead? No, he's not. He comes back as Cuthbert, Lord of the Dread. Well, that was slightly anticlimactic. But either way, quest complete, on to the next one. So next quest up, we have Death on the Isle. Similar to Murder Mystery, we have to figure out who killed Livius during a party at Villa Lucens. So first off, we need to go steal a butler's outfit from the house to the north. Oh my god, I love little Easter eggs like this, the guard calling us out. So we grabbed the butler's outfit and headed to the villa, going in through the servants' entrance. So that mask looks sick, I really hope we get to keep this. So anyway, we spoke to Patsy, approached all of the guests, got sent down to the wine cellar for drinks before finding a dead body and then getting blamed for said dead body, convinced the guards it wasn't us, got sent back down to the cellar to investigate the murder, before then trying to pickpocket all of the partygoers to see who looked fishy. The guards then gathered everyone upstairs and we had to interrogate them one by one before we finally had to try and kick Adala to death. Not really sure how I feel about the crowd cheering us kicking a woman to death, but still. So we did a little play and it turns out Niartli killed him by accident because he was too drunk. We've all been there, don't worry. And that is quest complete. So next up we have Meet and Greet, where we're going to help our boy Emilio create a new kebab for the region of Varlamore. So we headed over to the marketplace to speak to the spice merchant and help him unlock his box to get his spices. The Runelite Quest Helper plugin is just so OP for stuff like this. Before we jumped over to the farm at the west of the city to help Alba with her wolf infestation, who's been attacking her buffalo. So we finished off the direwolf, pretty straightforward fight, just protect from melee, before heading back over and completing that section of the quest. We then headed over to the Colosseum, where we did have some PTSD flashbacks from our Colosseum grind. So we finished off the Minotaur, pretty straightforward fight, just protect from melee the whole time. So we won the favour of the Colosseum, and that meant we can head back over to Emilio and confirm everyone is happy, and that is quest complete. So next up we have ethically sourced antiques. We had to run a few errands around Varlamore before going to the curator and shaming him.
Shame! Shame! Shame!
So, turns out it was just all a big misunderstanding, so we head back over to the museum at Varlamore, and that is quest complete. Oh hey, you're still here. Why don't you go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button? Go on, I dare you. So sticking with the Varlamore quest lines, we're going to start Twilight's Promise. So for this one we just had to run around Varlamore speaking to several people and trying to persuade them to come back to the castle. Before we had to try and persuade a drunken soldier to get over to the fountain in order to sober up. We've all got that one friend who we have to drag to the kebab house at the end of the night because they're too drunk. And unfortunately, if you haven't got that friend, then it's you. We then had more PTSD flashbacks from the Colosseum. We're heading back to the palace to catch up with Ennius. Damn, Ennius got hands! Before we headed over to West Varlamore to stop the cultist invasion, and we were quest complete. So that's unlocked Quetzals and also the Varlamore teleports, so that's going to help massively with getting around now. And moving away from the Varlamore questline now, we're going to start Defender of Varrock. We're going to need this to complete Shield of Arav and also while Guthix sleeps. So we found the hidden tunnel, and for those that don't know, this is where the armoured zombies are, who drop the zombie axe. Really overpowered weapon for an Iron Man, so if you've not got one yet, I would definitely recommend going and grabbing one. So doing some eavesdropping, we realised that Arav was still alive and that he was working with the Marjarat. So we decided to explore the dungeon a little bit further, and of course Elias decided to lead me to it. So we explored the dungeon a little bit further and realised there was an army of zombies about to attack Varrock, so we headed back over to speak to Captain Rovin and Elias, who told us to head over to Cam Dozel to speak about the Shield of Arav. Grabbing the items the dwarf suggested, we spoke to Arav via the Sacred Forge, who told us that the city of Varrock was under attack, so we're going to head straight back there now. Alright, what's going on here? Oh, awesome. It's put us into an instance where the city's under attack. That's sick. I love that. So we grabbed the Shield of Arav from Captain Rovin. We just needed now to figure out who could actually wield it. As we're running past, we'll give him a little bop. There we go, that's us helping. So after checking with a few people, we realised that Dominthes was the rightful heir to the Shield of Arav, so he's going to come and help us out. Oh god, that is sick. That is some Thor level stuff, that is. Margaret realised they were cooked, so they headed off, and that is quest complete. On to the next one. So, sticking with the Varrock storyline, we decided to jump straight into Curse of Arav. Another example of how OP the Quest Helper plugin is. I'm not sure how rare a straight line is here, but we'll take it. So, after completing some puzzles in the tomb, Elias told us we had to head over to Trollheim to try and retrieve Arav's heart. Now look, whatever JMod decided that this mining puzzle was a good idea, you need your head checked, son. So to evade the security system in the stronghold, we're going to need to crawl through the sewer, which leads to an electrical current room, so we're going to need our insulated boots, along with a mithril grapple to get over the firewall. So this is going to be a pretty straightforward fight to protect from melee and dodge his axes. Why am I not hitting him? Oh yeah, blowpipe. Helps put the right weapon on, eh? Right, just need to kill this zombie and avoid trying to step in the venom. Does it stay? Yeah. Yeah, that was a pretty chill fight. Just had to try and dodge his axes and the venom pool, so we're pretty much done. Then Elias turns up, binds them in place. Awesome. We're going to go and grab the heart, and that should be quest complete. Let's go. So, we completed the Path of Guthrie for those fat XP lamps. Decided to head over and fight the Amoxolotl for the first time on any of my accounts, whilst completing Heart of Darkness, before finishing off with At First Light. Only 2 quests to go. So, second to last quest, we decided to leave Perilous Moons, so let's get to it. Starting out, we need to kill the Sulphur Nagua, who's spawned on the outside of the temple, before we head inside. There's no need for that. We had to run around all of the different chambers of the Perilous Moons in order to create the campsites. These are going to help us later down the line with the quest, and also if we do come back here to farm the bosses, we'll also need to do the CAs at some point too. We then had to speak to the blacksmith to help us with some talismans. Well, hey, congrats on the 99, brother. So that we could go back into the tombs and find the spirit. Right, come on, we've got to find it here, surely. Come on, get in. We must have been running around in the different tombs for a good 5-10 minutes trying to find the spirit. That means the only thing left to do now is to fight the Perilous Moons bosses. Right, come on, one more here. I don't want to have to tell you out here. One more. Come on, get in. Completely forgot how to do this fight. Oh, and we get a CA as well. Nice. So I got rigged and headed back in. Finished off the Blood Moon. Did we get a combat achievement for this one? No. Come on, Zoma. What are you doing here, bro? Right. Leave this stuff to the professionals, bruh. Right, should be able to finish him off with this special. There we go. That's all 3 done now. Should be quest complete. Any CAs? No. And that is quest complete. Some pretty nice XP drops there, especially for new accounts who this content's aimed for. We forget to loot the chest, would you? No 1KC luck, unfortunately. Did get a collection log though on the Atal darts. Did we get any CAs or anything? Oh yeah, we did. We got Lunar Triplet. I assume that's just for killing all 3. So, our final quest, whilst Guthix sleeps. I'm really excited for this one. It's a Grandmaster quest, so it means it should be quite a long one. I'm also looking forward to getting the quest cape back. Let's get to it. So I've seen this assassin situation. I think you can get stacked out pretty easily. Do you have to do just run away or? Oh damn! Comes in with a double DDS. Right. So I think for the next one then we just have to pray melee, I guess. Yeah. Oh no, and then we take the big hit from the range. Alright, so you need to try and time it better. Right, there we go. We finished him off. Pretty straightforward once you understand the mechanics. Probably should have researched this a bit beforehand, to be fair. So we headed down to Port Gazard to speak to the laundromat, who provided us with a General's dirty shirt. But we headed down to Feldip Hills and spoke to the hunter instructor, who taught us how to catch a brove, so that we could track where the general's scent was. The Brove led us straight to the Elite Black Knight's fortress. So there was a series of puzzles that we had to complete within the Elite Black Knight fortress, but we did manage to get Mavario's notes, which we needed to continue the quest. We headed back to the White Knight Castle before heading over to McGrubber Wood to help some of the Armadillion guards defend the area. Then headed over to Draenor to put the teleport orb into the Shady Stranger's pocket so that it could be transported back to the White Knight's castle. With the prisoner secured in the White Knight's castle, we sent the druid in with a truth serum to try and get information out of him. And in true fashion, with no guards around, he decided just to kick the guy and kill him. Didn't really go to plan, did it? And of course, in true quest fashion, I got sent to get the replacement. I really like the fact that they've added this into the game now with some of the quests where they teleport you to the location you need. It's such a nice quality of life. So with the new seed in hand, we headed up to the roof of the White Knight Castle to plant it, before using NPC contact to recruit all of our various Slayer Masters and other characters around the game to come help in the fight. So our enriched Snapdragon was ready, so we headed back up to the roof so we could create our truth serum, and then using some good old-fashioned threats of violence, managed to get the Shady Stranger to drink it, so that he could give it a description for who it was we were looking for. So we knew Sorok the Mage was behind this, so we had to go to the Elite Black Knight Fortress to try and fight him. So now that Sorok's been defeated, we had to activate the teleorb. Where's this brought us to? I think this is the Chaos Altar up in the worldy. Yeah, I hope we don't have to actually go in the world. Looks like I've got my Ancestral in my heart on me, so I don't think we do though. They're all dead. R.I.P. So after regrouping at the Falador Castle, we headed down to while Guthix sleeps, so that we can enter the Abyss in order to find the Stone of Jazz. So there's 8 tunnels in the Abyss that you need to go down, each one representing a different herb lore potion. You have to use your druidic pouch on the spirits in the area in order to get the supplies, which you then use at the altar at the end of each tunnel. Making pretty good progress. This is going to be our 5th one now, so we're over halfway. Hang on, what the hell's happening here? Oh, my rune light's crashed. So it turns out the servers had completely crashed and there was an issue with the Jagex launcher, so we had to jump back to it the next day. Yeah, we definitely weren't here. Oh, they must have done a small reset when they reset the servers. Come on, Jagex, sort it out. So once you had all 8 of the altar pieces, you put them on the table in the middle of the room and it opened up the doorway, which then led you through to the final boss fight. I'm probably going to need to get re-geared here because there is a couple of fights coming up that we need to do. So we've attempted this now a few times with full armor switches, but it didn't really go very well, so we're just going to come back now with just weapon switches, see how we get on. Yeah, that definitely went a lot better with just the weapon switches, especially towards the end of the fight where he starts speeding up his attacks. It made it a lot easier and a lot more manageable. So, final part of the quest then, all we had to do was kill off the 2 tormented demons that had spawned. I was unfamiliar with the mechanics, never done tormented demons before, but I did watch a quick YouTube video. Relatively straightforward, and we did have the boosted stats throughout the whole fight as well. And there we go, quest complete. So we speak to Idria here, who's going to teleport us back over to the Falador Castle, so that we can get our final quest completion on the account. Nice little cinematics at the end of the quest there, looking at the Dragonkin, but that is quest complete. We are done. And so naturally there's only one thing left to do, and that is to go and rebuy our quest cape. 99,000 coins is fine with me. There we go. And of course, the first thing we have to do is look at that skill cape emote. I love that, it looks sick. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, guys. I know it was a long one, but we had a lot of content to get in there, and I'm glad we're finally done. I really do appreciate all the support I've had over the last couple of days with the last episode. So if you did like today's content, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.